It's available on AM frequencies as well. Check it out at ESL if you want to get more information about that. Either way, boys, 7 guns, as you always say, Harry, on the CT side.
I always say, famously.
Yeah, that's your favorite line.
It really is. We've been having 8 guns recently. It's been kind of wild here at Pro League.
How do you even get to 8?
I don't know. You have to break the game, hack the planet. And for now, an opening shot from Floppy. Bit of a ramp expert. He'll get the opening frag, but it's going to be Heroic answering back quickly. Nice dink to hallzerk. 5-on-4 maintained, but can they hold on? Maybe not.
TeSeS with the punish. Grim got a little curious. There's an HP advantage for Heroic as they slowly squeeze the life out of the A side. hallzerk with 9 HP. He's got a little bit of backup, but that's going to be risky. See if he pays the price of that. He's backed up by JT.
Well, that's a nice plan. This retake will be incredibly difficult with no kits. Great positioning from NertZ as well. I'm going to say guaranteed frag, but he fumbles it. Somewhat overreacts to the kickstand, picking up the pieces here. TeSeS doing God's work towards the heavens. And it will be just Floppy. 0 chance of winning now. Best bet, save the armor. That is about it. Heroic with a nice start.
Question for the group.
Yes.
Open debate for the class.
Go on.
Okay.
What do we make of hallzerk's statement saying, I'm aware I'm on the chopping block. I'm aware I'm playing for my contract here. I haven't been performing. This is an interesting, very out there, very open question, or rather open statement to make before a tournament.
I guess vocalizing it makes it seem a bit more real. He knows he has to step up, putting himself out there, and he's aware of the problems he's having individually. Like we said, though, they've had such an up and down time in CS2. The start of it, right, in Sydney, getting to the grand finals, almost taking phase there. It looked like, okay, this could be their game. You had players like JT peaking into CS2 as well. But yeah, hallzerk, he's a little bit streaky. Somehow blows his opposition out the water, or he's very average or underwhelming. So yeah, I like that. I like to see some killer instincts. He's aware of what to get to. Yeah, so let's see if he can step in this tournament, whether he's been putting in the hard graft and the hours. That will be evident in this series, I think. We haven't got to see him yet on the ice.
Whether you address it or not, the situation is such. Your position is on the line, so he's definitely going to have to overperform, do a little better here in Malta. Great start from EliGE. Finds one with the UMP, but the trade is pretty swift from Kixon.
Yeah, that force buy on the CT side after losing the pistol. Yeah, it's pretty common on Nuke. A lot of tight choke points towards Hut, Squeaky Door on ramp. You can isolate the fights and Floppy down in towards Seeker with the FAMAS.
Might just forget about him since EliGE took a lot of attention. Look at this. Everybody's completely oh no, the timing on Floppy.
Gets him. Oh no, bro.
No, I cursed him.
He did.
Well,
that's a rough one.
That's a sad way to go.
Could have saved the round. Now we're in a 4 versus 2. Huge frag for Kicksan.
Okay, another one then, opening the floor to debate about hallzerk. How do we feel about, and you already know what I'm going to ask.
Oh, yes, it's coming.
A knife?
How do you feel about the mullet going?
The whole mullet situation?
The mullet situation.
It's a bit of an uncomfortable question to answer because you're sitting right next to us with the exact hairstyle.
I think if anything, you should be known for more than a hairstyle. I think he realizes that as well. I should be known for my playing ability rather than my hairstyle. I think he wanted to take that conversation away. So instead of doing all the funny stuff, he's like, right, I'm going to be here business only.
Different route from Harry at the cast, which obviously relying on the mullet.
Yes.
Massively.
But it became a bit of a novelty, I think.
But all anyone ever says about EliGE nowadays,
the bald buff,
is the bald buff.
Well, yeah, but that's a different conversation because he's playing very well. He's peaking in CS2. hallzerk arguably not. People are talking about the haircut more than they are his play.
To be fair, I like the businessman style he's got now. I mean, he's rocking it.
Yeah.
He looks clean, slick.
Yeah, it's slick. I like it.
God,
ready to take on new responsibilities.
I'm gonna shave all my hair off, man.
You gonna do the bald buff?
I've already been bald. That's the problem. I just want to do new crazy things.
What's the craziest thing you could do?
Like that double from Grim, because he's got the bald buff too.
Bald buff. I got a semi-bald buff. I went for the.
You've got a semi?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, when you have like a nice set of hair, you can do it like that. If I did, it would look weird because like the top of my scalp is basically empty.
Because everyone thinks their skull is weird shaped, but then you shave your head and then you're like, oh, it's actually like pretty normal. It's kind of like everyone else.
Yeah. Well, I just like it for the summer, you know. It gets pretty hot around here.
Exactly.
We'd have to do it at a moment where there's no tournament. So if I really feel bad about it, I can actually just be on my own for like 4 weeks until I'm ready to step into the light again, be exposed, all my vulnerabilities.
We're pulling up your like Quasimodo, like hiding away, you know,
In the shadow.
Yeah. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. I hate it.
I'll be back at Rey Mysterio in the broadcast, just in a mask.
Upper rush, boys. We're not messing around here at all. The flashbangs are incredible.
Oh my God.
And the MAC-10 punctures the A-bomb site. And that might be all she wrote for round number 4. This is not the start complexity you're looking for. Looking rather flat. They were not anticipating that sort of pacing in the first gun round.
The flashes were absolutely deadly.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
what made the difference.
He was running through the flames, so many sound cues, they couldn't even react, they couldn't even turn in that direction, they were fully flashed.
Yeah, I believe it was Grim who was on top of her. And it is infuriating if you're him because you died to someone in your back, but to be fair, JT had nothing to say at any point. Like he just, door blows open, couple flashes flying through, he might have avoided 1 or 2, but then the third one comes in, bam, and then he's just basically completely blindsided for at least 3 seconds, dies immediately to the MAC-10, round over.
I'd love to get your opinion on this one, though, Maniac, is that I always feel like games get super scary when teams go for like that early game hot rush where they're kind of testing your top site defense and they break through and they do it very successfully, because now if you're Cole, it's not like you shut that down convincingly, so you feel like you've kind of removed it from the playbook for a while. Aren't you going to be a little bit paranoid now, all game towards the early stages, that could come through whenever?
That is absolutely correct. Not only is the tech trees, the decision tech trees, much higher, much bigger now for the T side, because they know they can technically just force the A side fast. Also, just financially, you've won a round with very little investment on it, which explains why they have so much absolutely cash in the bank accounts right now. And Complexity is going to have to use so many utilities early on, because that threat has been established.
All right.
It's one way to go about it for hallzerk with the AUG.
Nice.
Here we go.
And
now we're getting somewhere.
hallzerk, living up to his name. Wait, not his name, his promise.
What was his promise?
That this would be the tournament.
This is the
last chance. He's got to nail it.
Get a couple of all kills.
Couple of all kills.
Is what's required for him to keep the contract. And Grim looks to keep this clean. hallzerk with 3. Very nice round.
Oh, bro, I got it. He's using this gun because this is him trying to stay in the AUG. Otherwise, he'll be AUG-less.
Oh.
Right? Come on.
Okay, we'll allow it. No, we'll allow it.
Oh, bro, that's one of the highlights. That's maybe the best moment in commentary ever.
I've already established I like
that.
these like that joke, so I cannot be mad at him right now. Like I'm partly responsible of this. I've encouraged him already doing that, so you got to be coherent.
Well, now the game really begins, boys. All the MAC-10s are gone, the Galils are out of there. We've got the Nico DOS sniper, which has been a bone of contention as well for this tournament. People don't seem to believe
I actually forgot about
sniper. Yeah, exactly. He seems to be much better with the rifles usually.
Yeah, no, I mean, he sometimes will pop off with the AWP or any gun. And then in other games, he just kind of does nothing and he's there, whether they're winning or losing. And usually they're losing. When he's not performing, that is.
When he's not.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Nikodos, come on. All right. Dead immediately. Not a bad way for it to start if you're a Complexity fan. Smoke in main. JT might be able to see through that. Ooh. Oh.
That was a very important duel.
Didn't quite catch those kills, but...
Are you observing this?
It's not my fault. He just walks through a smoke into main.
Didn't quite catch that one.
I think this is one of the easier maps too,
Down
isn't
the
it?
replay, perhaps.
It is horrible. When you hear someone say, didn't quite catch, I see what rush means now.
It's so not deep. Nice, bro. It feels real bad, I'm not gonna lie. But you know, that's part of the job. You know, Harry, it's not easy. You've done it.
Yeah, it is hard. Shush. Dead now, of course. Great swap to EliGE.
Yeah, well, it looked like it was happening.
Oh, 7. We're on 7. 7. NertZ.
Smoke up.
Down to the 1v1. Down to the 1v1. The smoke's not on the bomb.
Nice!
And NertZ wins the 1v2.
What's the story of that smoke?
Yeah.
What is the... Did they expect him to be in like single door? And
you'd still smoke on top of the bomb regardless.
You would smoke the bomb. I don't think there is any negative or like disadvantage on smoking the bomb,
exactly.
actually.
No,
it must have been like a missed throw to some extent.
It must have been. It must have been. We'll have to catch it in the replay, unfortunately.
But the trade game, I gotta say, the trade game from heroic has been stellar. You see here, even with 2 HP, sliding out. Yeah, that smoke here.
And then you just know, okay, I've lost the round.
That ain't smoking the bomb. That's smoking that disaster pack, bro.
That's good.
Nice little snort in there.
That's better. You're back.
Yeah,
You're back.
I'm back.
All right, let's go.
TeSeS, dude, he's been having great games aplenty across the tournament, presumably. He had a blinder.
With conviction, you know.
Yeah, he had a blinder of a start here, did TeSeS.
Yeah, he really has. 5-1 on the TeSeS. You've already done your TeSeS campaign at this stage. That's the problem. 5 will do. And they're on for a lot more. Complexity still taking some assertion into the heart here. Looking to crunch into the lobby, get the first pick potentially. Pushing from the ramp as well, but NertZ dominating that first kill. Doesn't get a second though. Didn't expect Floppy to still be there. Grim going to be traded out as well. 3 versus 2, of course, heavily favors the T side here on a map like Nuke. Segregated out the CTs. Trying to work out where they can position to actually have a fighter's chance here. We've got Floppy up and towards the heaven. He's got teammate EliGE down there on the bomb side floor doing great work at range. They could actually find their way back into this. This kill is going to be EliGE as well.
But it's TeSeS.
Not the best spray.
Oh, a little rough there. Floppy and EliGE rise to the occasion, rise to attention. Not Floppy no more. It's Complexity. Locking a second round. They're able to pull that one back from the clutches of defeat.
That's a tremendous job from EliGE right there from behind the side. But you gotta say, was there a need for Heroic to be that disjointed towards the very end? I think
Probably
maybe gathering up a little bit, making sure you have someone in position to refrag EliGE. He moved very aptly. Slides right side of the bomb side, finds one guy who's edging out the smoke. Then you have that, he goes for the duel actually towards T-Vent. And then Floppy very cleverly just joined forces with EliGE. 2v3, there's no point in just playing 1 by 1. Stick together and Complexity stay alive after what was a disheartening round prior. I think that the 4v3 they lose below with the little bit of smoke blunder right there. So very important for Complexity to strike back quickly.
And EliGE carried them through it as well. Like getting him fired up, clutching out rounds, bringing them back to life, leading by example. Nice little lobby crunch there for Complexity. Left them in a 3v2 deficit, but delivering the goods. Important rounds here. If they can get this one over the line, they shatter the economy of Heroic and maybe can actually end up winning this half. AK's pretty much across the board. We've got sjuush with the Desert Eagle. NertZ with no helmet on the T side. All the smokes. Very meta right now. Drop one on the roof with the waterfall effect. 2 to allow you to cross in towards Garage. And they've actually made it through. Powerful positions now. Floppy aware of that prospect, checking out the Garage, but won't get the intel that TeSeS has made it across. We've got hallzerk playing for the contract in towards ramp. Looks like he's good for a kill here at the very least.
He's been spotted.
Oh. That's an awkward miss.
Yeah.
But he's in the
Won't get
deterrent.
punished,
It's
yeah.
a deterrent, you know that sound.
TeSeS is wrapping in through main. Collar starting to poise to try and take the lobby away here. But that gives Heroic an open path out through door. They're going to trade places with one another. This is a little awkward now. 4v4 in the retake. NertZ. Oh my god, he's just
hell.
destroyed them.
Wait though.
EliGE backstabbing through
John.
lobby. NertZ. 3 kills to his name right now, and EliGE writes this off.
Spam. Not gonna happen.
I love the amount of micro decisions that have been made in the last 10 seconds around HUD. And from both sides. Like, it's a game of you see me, I see you. They were about to enter into HUD, but then they spot the arm from JT, so they go towards door, and then they switch positions. Complexity realized, wait a minute, inside is compromised, we have to push because we can get sandwiched. And then NertZ does just an incredible job here onto JT and Grim. Yep, that's how I feel about it too.
Oh, a little save for EliGE.
Well, well, well. It's a big 3-man spray down in towards the lobby.
Dude, I do love how consistently good NertZ is with rifles. To me, it's funny. Like, I don't know. He's actually just a cracked rifler, through and through. Orper, he's all right.
Yeah, but when your main role within the team is the AWP, not the best line you want to hear regarding his play so far, but still, impressive sequence. No one can take that away. It's T-side of Nuke as well. Don't necessarily need the AWP. But they definitely need some rounds on the complexity side. Things starting to spiral.
I mean, the mid-rounding from Heroic has been very impressive. Like their ability to not exactly just commit to a play, but sort of tiptoe a little bit, see what's happening. They were about to go to Ram. They spot the AWP. They change course, correct course, go towards inside. They've been doing it time and time again. The trade game is really on point. They make the right decisions. I think Kixon is very online when it comes to deciphering what the hell is going on the server. And Heroic's already 6-2 up on their mapping of Nuke on the T side. This is an incredible start to this game for them.
Yeah, and it could still get even better. EliGE represents the biggest threat here in this round, and he has made it across in a secret. So let's see what EliGE can get away with here. He's got someone, it's hallzerk there to draw some attention away. Playing the slither gap over towards Hell. But those smokes nullify him. Ooh.
Oh, it's unlucky. Could have got some damage.
Still. Right place, right time.
Oh, it's going to be so difficult to get more than one, though. He's done very well. Can they hold on to this man advantage, though? That is the big question. Oh, no, it's so good, so clean with it. On that AK-47, knew exactly what he's up against. Nice silent dismount from hallzerk, but I don't think he does too much now. They've got a USP and a 5.7 to work with. Floppy's the only one that can really save the day with Kevlar. No HP for NertZ. Nowhere near planting the bomb at the very least. We'll see if there's anything Complexity can do to find a miracle here. Floppy down to 37 points of health. Molotov to send it back up the heavens. And if they go down towards lower, it's pretty much the round. Bomb recovered in towards secret. NertZ maybe goes down here. Some footsteps towards main entrance, and they'll presumably be checking the CT vent, but it might not matter. hallzerk will find a rifle now. He could actually do something with it, but not going to be the case. 7 rounds on the T side, Matthew. That's very convincing from Heroic.
I agree with you, and that is even more so impressive that all of these rounds are replicable as far as I'm concerned. Like, none of these have been off the back of an incredible multi-kill that is spectacular and extraordinary.
Clutch, yeah.
Exactly. This was just like fundamentally sound Counter-Strike being played. Very good communication in terms of how the players are synergizing. There's no reason for me to think Heroic is not going to win any more round. And that's why I'm very impressed. I think Complexity have been maybe pushing a little bit for aggression. I don't know if that stemmed from discomfort and them trying to compensate and being really in their face. That's aggression's coming in from hallzerk again, and he misses the shot. He's going to get overrun. The MAC-10's flowing out. Now Grim on top of HUD with the silencer. Puts 2 down, gives a little bit of sight to breathe for Heroic, but Nico strikes 3 versus 2 now.
Got to be that round.
It's got to be.
No two ways about it. Great grenade as well. Pretty much max damage on NertZ. There's sjuush here, but they've got plenty of time and wiggle room to do something with this. sjuush, aware of the potential push towards outside. It's EliGE that's actually making his way up secret. JT will reposition on top of the hut as well, just clearing out the vent position and just resetting the round here, getting themselves set up in the trifecta.
That's a little awkward. EliGE walking out through secret. You could see that starting to happen. Oh, God!
No!
sjuush! Another blind. Okay, thank God. JT did get that one at least. But now he's got to finish off sjuush. The man that started this whole round for Heroic is the one to close it. A beautiful 3-piece there as he roams out in the yard all alone.
Well, Matthew, we said it was a must-win round. To be fair, they didn't do anything disastrously wrong. That's just amazing shooting from sjuush.
Yeah, I agree with you.
This play, maybe not so much, but
EliGE is a little bit unfortunate. I don't know if Floppy needed to take the duel. I might extend an olive branch to EliGE, who's looking for an information, and he gets blindsided when he turns. But Floppy knew, and then giving himself away like that, with the shooting from sjuush is incredible. But this is heartbreaking.
Oh,
Ben died now.
Oh, it's so rough.
And it's just to stress them out. The lion's share of the force is towards outside. EliGE picked apart immediately by Nikodos on the AWP, so things are going from bad to worse for Complexity. It is completely crumbling. Nikodos might be just gifted another kill on top of the smoke. Here he goes easily. He said, what are these cusses waffling about? Me with the rifle? What on earth? I can do it with the AWP.
He can. And he does it beautifully. You know, I think NertZ has always had similar problems in that he's just not super consistent, right? That's kind of been the issue. Like, we've seen games where he steps up and he dominates and he's like a one-man army. You just don't get that every day.
I know what you mean. I always have.
It's nice.
I have
Whenever he's playing
opinions.
well, I'm like...
He reminds me of sjuush.
Okay.
sjuush used to be an underrated rifle with an overrated AWP. That's how I would characterize him, and I think that helps. Being that profile helps your team have a very high floor because you are very efficient with the rifle.
Yeah, even if you're like strapped for cash,
exactly,
right,
you're gonna have impact.
Output.
But then your ceiling is lower because any team that really is contesting for the very, very top, and we're talking putting your hands on a trophy, they have an AWP that will kick the shit out of you. And I just don't think that's the case currently with NertZ. I don't think he's a bad player. I just think he's got a ceiling when it comes to pure AWP. But
I think that's a pretty sound breakdown of the NertZ vibe.
The whole NertZ situation.
Doing good right now,
the whole NertZ situation.
I mean, he's doing good. This was
he's doing great
round with the AWP as well.
6.
He did all he had to do this round. Cheers.
Oh, double digits on the T side.
What's happening with complexity, Henry?
I'm not really sure. They don't seem up for it, but it's a long series. It's Heroic's map pick.
Feel bad for hallzerk if this is his like he's trying. He's like, guys, please, I need this. I don't want to make it all about me, but holy shit, for some reason, you know, no one else is feeling it today. EliGE, I appreciate you, bud. But anyone else, literally anyone else, rise to the occasion on this one.
Well, one more round to do it on the CT side at the very least. They've looked quite flat and weak today. It's been a bit of a disaster throughout this half. Sendery down to deny the cross. EliGE in a secret position once again, and NertZ has been a bit of a demon towards the ramp, constantly finding that opening frag towards Floppy. It's all quiet for now, waiting for the CT reaction, trying to provoke a response.
They know the defense has very light on utility. So the more time they can just waste away, the easier it's going to be to breach when they decide to attack. They're making it look like it's a massive outside control, yard control. It's only 2 players, actually. The main share is coming to Floppy right here, tested with the FAMAS.
Here we go, then. Floppy goes down with literally nothing.
Short-lived.
No damage, no block. Didn't get down towards lower. Brave to take the challenge with a FAMAS in the first place. And we'll see hallzerk at least fighting back. He's got that AUG. 4-on-4. EliGE will be activated now towards Secret. The bomb's already going down. They don't even seem to have any idea. Rotations coming through. Will be a kid on EliGE towards Secret, bear in mind. A good flash for sjuush, more than aware. Double flash will catch him, though. Not bad from the CT.
Okay.
Much better, Harry. We've got this now.
It's just NertZ, and he's so far removed, there shouldn't be a way back into this one, surely. I don't know where he is, but they've cleared the rest of the site.
Got the smoke as well.
The smoke is on the bomb.
That's done. It's on the bomb this time. Good point.
No kit defusing.
No.
Don't have that be the disaster. Thank goodness. They will lock it in. And so complexity pull up with a third. They're able to lock in that final round of the half, but will 3 be enough for Cole?
What's up, gamers? You know the deal by now. It's ESL Pro League. We're here in week 2, groups C and D. And right now, the first match between Heroic and Complexity. The latter not doing so well, though. 3 rounds on SCT side, Matthew. That probably won't do, if you ask me.
It won't do in the manner in which it happened.
Yeah.
I don't really care about the scoreline, you know, but the fact that Heroic were always able to win all of these mid-round situations, doesn't matter if they had number advantage or not, it always seemed like they had Complexity's number figured out, they knew how to close situations, all the clutches went their way. All of these elements point towards a Heroic victory, but that's because we're discounting hallzerk too fast. He's playing for a contract and he's so ready for a comeback. In fact, he's going to have 2 kills in this very pistol round.
All right.
Okay. A lot on the line here. The Maniac prediction is in. CT pistol. Very quiet for now. They've got a Molotov for the hut roof, presumably a second Molotov available for the bomb site floor. And we're lining up the util now. There's the hut. Here comes the flashes, and in we go. Burning away his kickstand. He'll be dropped, no problem. He's down to sjuush here. Great performances so far, and he continues to find the headshots. 4 versus 3. Nikados is guaranteed a frag. Where are Complexity? Where's the gusto on this pistol? That was a lot of nothing.
I think the utility usage is great, but there was supposed to be a punch that comes after the util, and it was very moderate and mild, the way they came out. They had to roar behind that util, and they were like mewing like a kitty. You know, you got to have an attitude. When you put down all that util, you got to strike in. You know the CTs are scrambling, they're stressed. None of that happened.
Check out the scoreboard.
I don't want to.
EliGE got 16 kills. Up next is Grim and hallzerk 7. We've got JT 3, Floppy 4.
JT has actually the most damage outside of EliGE, and he's got 3 kills. Now that's unfair. It's really unfair.
6 assists. Oh my god.
I've had games like that. We all had games like that, where all we do is shoot in people's belly.
Yeah.
And we never get a kill.
Well,
we get all the assists.
There'll probably be quite a lot of clean kills this round. We just got Glocks. No Kevlar.
Come on, Complexity. It was so great to see them rise at the end of 23.
Yeah, right.
It's nice to see them be a part of the conversation again.
Yeah, especially when I think, you know, you look at like the likes of M80 earlier on, like capturing some ground swell, you know, it was looking good. And now, even the likes of Liquid finding some success there. Coming off of Chengdu playoffs and being able to go on another run here in Pro League. I was ready for Cold to be up there joining them, but it's not looking good for that.
No, certainly not. 1 round away from map points. Complexity now need to present the perfect game on the T side of Nuke. Anything but so far, but you do have the AKs across the board at the very least. Bit of a bonus situation, I suppose, to the CTs of MP7s, and I think another SMG in the mix as well. See what TeSeS has got. Maybe he's got the M4 as well. But doesn't really get tested too much towards the ramp, and we're getting into what could be map points.
I love this new feature where you can just grab weapons on the ground.
It's good, right?
It is. It makes life so easier.
Especially when you're in a frantic FACEIT game and everyone's like dropping guns, you're not really sure where they are, you give it to the wrong person and say, look, just press B, it's fine, you got this.
Oh, and for Ancient on T side, when they go in the water,
that's so
around,
just lose track of them.
Like, where's the smoke? Oh, I pinged it, man.
I've lost it, I've left
but
it,
it's
I've
rolled,
left it.
it's moved. Someone moved it. Not rolled, obviously. They don't roll anymore. But
No.
That was a fun time where they would roll a vertigo.
Yeah. Off the map, if you dropped it in attack pause.
In attack pause, you could just see it.
Go towards the edge, like, okay, we really appreciate your input, Blade, but like, come on now. The smoke's literally falling off the map. All right, outside, smoke's blowing open. Nikados trying to lock it down. One man's made it over in the form of hallzerk. But everyone else is still fighting out in the yard.
EliGE is playing the patience game, hoping that Nikados oversteps the mark just a little bit. They knew that the likeliness of an AWP was very low, so they take duel, they take space, and it pays off. Number advantage now for Complexity, and a lot of map to play with, a lot of room on the map as well. Floppy has taken control over ramp room, so now I would imagine gathering up, they might go down towards the B side. They don't really know what's up on A, so that's what I would do personally, since they have hallzerk already in the position, and it's going to be a little bit of a squeeze on TeSeS. hallzerk, be patient. You know, you're just one prong of the fork. You're not the main prong. You're a little prong.
Just one prawn in the game of chess. That is Counter-Strike.
You're on the flirk.
TeSeS, oh, stops the bomb plant.
No.
Oh, okay, EliGE. Calm under pressure. Gonna get that bomb planted just in time.
I think that's it.
It is.
No one's going to be going for this one. Crisis averted.
Containment maybe? Not even. They're not even attempting. I'm sure it's already in T-spawn.
Yeah, save these 2 guns to get another buy. But they both go down. They're actually in a bit of trouble. So it's going to be the first for Complexity in their TeSeS campaign. 3 survive as well. And they don't throw the round away towards lower. It looked like there was a chance.
I've been really entertained by something else outside of the game in this game.
Go on.
And that's that Complexity are all doing like a exactly mirrored pose, but we don't have the static images on the broadcast, only on our PCs.
Right.
Whenever it changes through, looks like it's the same person, like losing more and more hair as time goes on.
Dude, we talk about hair a lot in this broadcast, don't we? It is like second to the Counter-Strike. Are the haircuts? Hairstyles.
It's a part of their identity.
I think just one of... Yeah, I think hallzerk has... No, hallzerk and Grim have the same orientation. And
Yeah.
EliGE and Floppy to the left-hand
Yeah,
side.
EliGE and Floppy did kind of...
There's a disconnect.
Oh, look, they put it on the main screen.
There's a disconnect in the team pictures. That's where the
No,
problems
right,
are.
but which ones are the same? It was hallzerk
I think
and Grim.
EliGE and Floppy are the same. hallzerk and Grim are too.
See, I like it, though. There's a lot of mirrored images. Nade NertZ still just barely alive down there.
Damn
Oh!
Yeah,
It didn't even look like it was going to get him. I don't blame him for not throwing the smoke down right away. But a rough way to go, nonetheless.
So what do you do with that man advantage? You have a whole time to play with. 115. They're abandoning outside. Suggests probably a ramp contact play. This could be a moment to do it. They're just going to put a few smokes just to make sure the CTs aren't given free information. We see Nikodos is sneaking around just a little bit. Well, I mean, he does the more than that, actually. Finds EliGE on the silo
So
position,
good,
and
man.
here's the ramp. We were talking about TeSeS with the MP9. Floppy does a great job at entering that position.
And we're going down lower. There's no CD presence there whatsoever.
They should be round.
I think it's a save. I don't think you really justify going for this one. We have got Nikodos exploring the options right now. With the bomb planted, though, are you really going to retake this one? Got 0 to... Well, 0, a couple of flashbangs in terms of utility. That's about it. Would need a quick double kill here. I think they're peeling off. That's going to be it. Complexity still alive for now.
That's like, I don't know, I relate to that play a lot. You put yourself close enough to the danger that when everyone's saying save, you're like, I'm trying, but I'm kind of fighting here. It's like, well, also you ran there. You know, you put yourself there.
Yeah. So you're aware of it when you do it?
Yeah, of course. It's in the back of your mind. You're like, you're trying to get close enough that if you get the kill, you know, you open up the coolest, like, 1v4 down lower ever. But not meant to be in this one. Complexity, that's now 2 in a row. That's more round streak together than they've managed in the entire game so far. So love to see that. It's only been one and done rounds for them up until this point.
Down. Outside.
That's a bit of a classic as well. The desk slam into the comm. But you slam the desk first, and then bit of silence. Outside, I guess.
Outside, probably.
What do you mean, probably? You know? Like, we always do that. Like, yeah, I don't know where he is. Yes, you know. Yes, you do know where he is. Like,
Outside.
he's probably outside. So now, all our talking of Nikodos on the rifle, I think it's getting exploited a little bit by Complexity, right? It's 2 rounds in a row where outside is the point of interest. 2 rounds in a row where an opening kill is being found because Complexity have a lot of space and room to play with. So eventually, an AWP is going to be needed, I think, for Heroic. Either that or an outside-centric setup with pop flash action maybe, or a bait-and-switch situation, maybe someone under silo. Complexity are feasting on these entry kills they can find. Change of plan, change of pace.
In we go then. Squeaky door under some scrutiny. And it's going to be TeSeS forcing the issue. No one's watching Ranmatu. Oh no, they've focused all their efforts towards the lobby. It's all come crashing down. Just they were finding some momentum. Some strength on the T side. It's down to the in-game leader, JT. 6 kills to his name after taking down TeSeS. Great job, good flash, but not quite enough. And if they come crashing down like that, that is rather disappointing. As now we have got map point for Heroic and no one looking towards the ramp of the trophy room whatsoever.
I'm really puzzled. When you're talking about a professional team at the highest level, this is what you call a set execute.
Yes.
This is a round called from spawn.
Yeah.
They've run through these strategies 20, 30, 40, 50 times, right? Someone is surely dedicated to make sure that doesn't happen. So either it's a misconception of the strategy or someone wasn't paying attention when they needed to. There has to be a world, it has to be someone who is dedicated to making sure that, or maybe just a Molotov radio, right? If you're not going to pay attention, just put down a Molotov.
Yeah, and it's a really underwhelming way for things to fall apart and give up map points. Has to be the perfect game from here on out. And on the T side as well, it's been anything but perfect for Complexity. They will at least have decent money. AK's utility, JT with the Khalil. I feel this map's already done. At this point, if you can get a couple more rounds, great. But it looks like we'll be moving on to Vertigo momentarily. Heroic just too strong individually right now. TeSeS and sjuush dominating. Nuke does some fantastic moments as well. See if they can hold on. Outside smokes. Deployed once again. EliGE on main roof.
He tried his hardest. 17 kills, 96
He really
ADR
did.
EliGE.
He's in.
Good drop. Need to set him up, but NertZ has just let two cross in the smoke. Oh, goes in for the spam. That brings it down to an even odds bout. EliGE nearly spammed out after the fact. Floppy still pressured from the heavens, and EliGE is run down. Heroic with a convincing turn there towards the end, and they stop Complexity's comeback in its tracks. 2 consecutive rounds was the best Complexity were able to muster here on Heroic's map pick of Nuke.